Madin Mazimba, I'm back again, and today I'll be sharing with you my views and thoughts on Baba Harare's latest album titled Ramba Wakadzvanya. Now, Baba Harare had quite a good 2018. This track, The Reason Why, was loved by a lot of people. Now, it's a track that revived the JIT genre, which a lot of artists were neglecting over the years. I think the last time we had a JIT hit track was when Kafupi released Chikwama Cha Baba a couple of years back. So Baba Harare went back to that sound, and a lot of people embraced and they loved it. And the track was also quite funny. It was laced with a lot of humor. The visuals were also quite funny. So it was one of those tracks that you serious. You just had to loosen up and enjoy and dance. And they followed that up with Kuzuzu featuring Japraise, a track which also a lot of people enjoyed and which is still currently getting a lot of airplay. Now, because of the success that he had in 2018, it led me to include him among the 10 artists that I was looking forward to in this year of 2019. And that was because even though he now is a couple of years after Asia Japraise to be a solo artist, with the success that he had last year, I thought this year is the year that is going to show us, is he going to finally step out of Japraise's shadow? Is he going to be his own man finally? So I was very much looking forward to see with Chicha Achatirongera in this year of 2019. Now Goreshi Ngotanga akabva release an album titled Ramba Wakadzvanya. So I managed to get myself a copy of that album, and I've been listening to that album. And I have to say, the album, it's quite disappointing. It's a big no from me. Whenever I'm doing album reviews, I always split the album into 3 parts. The first part are the instrumentals. So I look at how the instrumental arrangements, the instrumentation, how the track sounds or feels like before ndatombonzwa kuti munhu iye ari kuimba nezvei. So that is one of the first and most important things that I look pese pandoteerera a song or an album or whatever, a project. I first listen to how does it make you feel, how does it feel, and that is for me, I believe that is a very, very important thing, because if you see some of these artists but you enjoy the song, is because the feeling of the track, the instrumental arrangements, everything about the track is on point. You don't even really need for you to enjoy that song. So for me, that is one of the things that I look at the most. And it constitutes more about 50% of my overall perception of any project or any track. And the other 50% is split between other 2 parts. And the first part are the vocals. How good are the vocals? Do the vocals match? Do the vocal really put out the emotion that the artist wants to put out? The vocals, with those sweet vocals, some of my voice are worse, my voice are best, but it's not good. How sweet are your vocals, but how do they match? How do they, in that song? And lastly, I look at the themes. How are the themes that are tackled in the project, themes that are tackled with the track? How well are the themes tackled? So those are the 3 parts that I split each and every project and review into. With this album, it has failed in all of the 3 categories. In terms of the instrumentals, the instrumental arrangements leave a lot to be desired. They are very much uninspired throughout the whole album. Yes, there are a couple of tracks are not redeemable features, such as the title track Ramba Wakadzvanya, which follows on that JIT energetic kind of sound. It's one of the better tracks on this whole album. Another track is Dinoshamiswa Kwajo, where he did a rendition of the classic hymn track that we all love and know. It also sounds very good. Oski did quite a good job on the production of that one. And lastly, another track is Kuchema Mambo, and that track it has this mbira kind of feel. I just enjoyed the way the track is arranged, but on a lot of the tracks they are very much uninspired. I think another thing that really salvaged something all of those tracks is the lead guitar. The lead guitar is quite good throughout all these tracks. Even my tracks, the lead guitar, I think it was done quite well. It's in a way the most redeemable feature about all the instrumentals on this album. But in overall, if you look at all the 11 tracks, the instrumentals are definitely uninspired. They leave a lot. I thought he could do much better. And then we go to the vocals, and the vocals are even less inspiring as compared to the instrumentals. Not only a lot of the tracks are trying to which route I don't sound like he did on not Ramba Wakadzvanya, that JIT I don't care kind of vibe. What sounded like Jageta on the track Jakanaka Mambo, where he sort of sounded like Japraise. Or then we go to the tracks such as Anamoro Baby. He sounded all over the place, all over this album. So the vocals Wopa Moro Baby are none. and not because Aki, but not the unison. On that track they went for this imbube kind of a cappella style, with in a group such as Black Follows, and they did quite a good job on that. The vocals, when you're so pindirana, some of the things I'm not sure about those. I'm not a fan of those, but in terms of the vocals, they did quite a good job on that track. And I feel as if they have visa some of those funny stuffs on that track, it would have been quite a solid track. The track Moro Baby, but so not in terms of the vocals, they are not that inspiring. They are even less inspiring as compared to the instrumentals. Like I said, I think he needs to work on his vocals. He needs to decide how does he want to sound like. What emotion does he want to invoke in a lot of people? So again, the vocals are quite disappointing. And lastly, we go to the themes, and again, it seems as if it's getting worse and worse. The themes are also very poor. I think my tracks are the two tracks which are sort of the gospel tracks on this album, and those are the tracks ndinoshamiswa kwazvo and zvakanaka mambo. Those are tracks unogona kuti ari nani, the themes aitaurawo zvinenge zviri nani, but on a lot of the tracks they definitely miss the mark. Even on the track Moro Baby, like I said, the tracks are these funny, these humorous kind of lines, and anuvakangasa track, and that was the same thing they did on a lot of the tracks on this album. Even Ramba Wakadzvanya, he tried to insert to my funny statements, to my funny lines, and and some of the tracks like on Ramba Wakadzvanya panoti kakwereta mari usadzosere and you be like, I don't know, tikufana kutamba here this, on the reason why statement twice atatu ndakaona bhawa radhakwa, ndakaona these, they were quite funny, but these ones, on this track, to my humorous statements twake, they were a bit off. And then we go to the other tracks, tracks such as Nonganyama. What is that? There's Mine Gule. People on Terra Gurani Farah, but for me, until Zitadao track, there's Binzi. Again, another very big miss. There's Gamunakiro Kayo, and that track is also quite congested. It's one of those tracks that good instrumental gango instruments akango kanda zvese keyboard ridza, drums ridza, bass ridza, munarungo ridza, and it's quite hard to even follow kuti zvaari kumboimba. The themes they're very poor again, and like I said, on all the three parts that, and Tarisa, when I'm doing an album review or when I'm just listening to a track, this album fails in all those categories. And so you can see, I was very much disappointed with this whole project as a whole. And one thing, I've seen a lot of artists they would rather sing music, it doesn't make sense. Why can't they just look for a song, right? I know there are a lot of people out there who are going to kunyora songs, but maybe wanonyara kuimba for one or two other reasons. Just guy one of those people okunyorera, then you will wait as gonna just sing those tracks, because some of the themes, some of the things I think chimbiro muno and them notions grow track inonzi Nonganyama nshat arda kunyasomboedza kuti chi arda kuimba Beans, what is he trying to do? So I think a songwriter would definitely take him to the next stage, or method aimbewo zvinhu zvekuti a lot of people would definitely enjoy. So again, in overall, I'm very much disappointed with this album. My overall rating for this album, I give it a 2 out of 10, and that 2 is largely from the lead guitar, which I said salvaged a number of the tracks. I thought my tracks ends weekeo. So, but in overall, this whole album is quite very poor. I think he has to go back into the studio. He has to and give us something better than this. So I know the couple of you who have managed to listen to this album, and go in this comment section, tell me what you think about this album. I highly doubt if Panaga enjoyed this album, but if you are there, I'll be very much interested to see what did you enjoy about this album. Just go in the comment section, do that. And after that, press the like button down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you again next time.